Starcraft here, bringing you another pro commentary, as it is beta phase 2. I mentioned that in my last video. Very exciting stuff, and patch 17 actually. So this is a brand new replay, fresh off the press, patch 17, as we actually can't even play patch 16 replays anymore. That is just how up to date Blizzard is forcing us to be, and that is actually explaining why I didn't finish the Sock versus Straylock series, because I didn't cast the 16 reps during patch 16. It was updated to patch 17, and then anytime you loaded a patch 16 replay, it would just be a black screen with sound only. So that is why I didn't get the end of that series. For anyone who has been following my channel, quick explanation there. Back to the commentary. We've got WhiteRa, Blue Protoss here at the north position. He's put the pylon down at the top of his ramp, and we're going to have to see what WhiteRa has in store for us, as he is favored here as he plays against Masq, the red Terran player. Now, Masq is the person that I did get the replay from. He did post it up on the Team Liquid forums, and I checked this replay. It's a sweet rep, and I wanted to bring it to you guys, and I hope you enjoy it. Chrono boosting his economy for WhiteRa, and I'd expect this probe to, there he goes, drops the gateway, and he's going to head out down and around and across the map to see what's going on in the Terran base, as the rush distance by ground is quite long in the early stages of Scrap Station, and then once the destructible rocks in the middle are out of the way, that rush distance is cut in half to maybe even a third. Like, it's really short rush distance once you get the destructible rocks out of the way. And we'll have to see what the Terran player is going to do here against WhiteRa, because WhiteRa, obviously a very strong, very well-known Protoss player. I'm sure a lot of you guys have seen games of his before, and we'll have to see what he has planned, as his first probe is going to distract this SCV just a little bit. Oh, there he goes, just zapping him like a little rat there, and it looks like the SCV is going to just scoot away, and the probe's going to see what's going on in the Terran base. See what WhiteRa has planned. I have seen a bunch of WhiteRa's replays even in beta phase 2, and it seems that he almost always goes for fast void rays. And we'll see if he has that planned for this game, as the air rush distance is very short. So I think a void ray rush would be effective, but I'm not sure if WhiteRa's going to go for that. I mean, he is getting his second gas now, so we'll have to see. We will just have to see, as this Terran player doesn't look like he's going to do a complete wall off at the top of his ramp. Much larger ramp, take note, in Scrap Station. And WhiteRa's probe, I believe, no, I think he's going to get toasted, and there, the poor guy, corpse of a probe. So, oh, a bunker going down there as well. So, interesting, very interesting. Masq is actually going to do a fast expansion, and Masq is going to see exactly what's going on for the Protoss player in his base. As, yeah, very unorthodox. You don't usually see Terran players expanding quite this quickly, but he's got a bunker. And do take note, Masq does not have any refineries yet. No gas whatsoever. And I've seen this build, and we can see WhiteRa there does not know anything about the command center. His probe was eliminated quite early, so WhiteRa is going to be in the dark in that respect. Fast expansion going up for WhiteRa as well, as he is getting a stalker marching across the map now. Now, I have seen Terran players do these very mineral-heavy builds. Oh, check out Automaton 2000, one of the new critters in beta phase 2. That stalker is going to get pushed away by the bunker, as the stalker's not going to want to mess around with a bunker full of Marines. Anyways, what I was saying before, a very mineral-heavy build by the Terran player, so we may see, you know, mass Marine. There's really not a lot else you can do, as we've got 4 barracks now, and it looks like that is in fact going to be the play. Just Marines, no gas whatsoever. He's going to be pumping mules and SCVs onto two bases, getting pure minerals and just going mass Marine. So let's just see how effective that is against WhiteRa and WhiteRa's unit composition, as WhiteRa is still unaware that he doesn't have any effective scouting really at this point. He doesn't know about the 4 barracks, doesn't know about the fast expansion, and WhiteRa is getting his Twilight Council now and researching warp gates as well. So we're going to see if WhiteRa is going to go for some Zealot charge or some blink action, blink micro, as we've seen WhiteRa be very effective with that in the past. So only time will tell, as still no gas. This is I don't know. I like this play by the Terran player, but we're gonna have to see if it's effective or not, because WhiteRa's a very strong Protoss player indeed. Blink being researched, so we'll see what WhiteRa has in store with his blinking stalkers. But in the meantime, I don't see that this bunker is going to be penetrated. And what is going on with all these SCVs here? This is what we call an all-in attack. What do we have here? About 24, no, maybe 18 Marines, and then about a dozen SCVs scaring this Stalker away. He's got 2 buddies there. These Stalkers are going to try to defend, but these Marines are just a bit too much for these Stalkers, and they are scared as they are just going to run home. And SCVs are going to be distracting the Stalkers just a little bit. Still backing up. We're going to see how well WhiteRa can micro these Stalkers to be effective, but I think it's going to be a close exchange here. Let's just see what happens. Stalkers picking off a few SCVs. They should probably be going for the Marines, but we'll just have to see. These Marines are pushing up the ramp now. They've got vision of the high ground, and they are going to push in. What are they going to go for? Most likely the Stalkers, and these Stalkers are going to get away for the meantime. Again, Stalkers do have Blink. See if WhiteRa can use Blink, as these Marines are effectively taking out probes, putting down 2 bunkers in the WhiteRa's base, and these Stalkers are going to blink away just barely there. The Marines now focusing down the robotics facility, and that is not a building you want to lose, and kaboom, it goes down. We've got 2 bunkers in the WhiteRa's base, and these Marines might just be a little bit too much for WhiteRa to deal with, as WhiteRa is way behind. He is not macroing very well at all. He has huge mineral and gas count, and he's just getting gateways out now to try to macro up and get some units, but I don't know if WhiteRa is going to be able to hold Masq off here. A pure Marine rush, and oh no, WhiteRa, he's got to figure out something fast. He's got to warp in some units ASAP. Boom! Power outage in the Protoss base. All 4 of those buildings, 5 buildings, unpowered, and WhiteRa GG's. So an excellent little mineral heavy, all-in Marine rush with SCVs, just overrunning the Protoss player WhiteRa, and a big upset if you ask me, because WhiteRa is a strong